Why Judo? So Judo is one of the 5 styles that RBUD is comprised of, with boxing, Thai boxing, Judo, Greco-Roman Wrestling, and Brazilian JiuJitsu. The reason we've taken quite a bit from Judo is, 1, Judo was the first real proper full-on love of martial arts I had. 2, it's very, very, very effective. It's very realistic. As I've mentioned in other videos, you can't really fake grappling too much. It's how it is how it is. So when you get on a judo mat and you take your grip, that guy trying to break the grip and struggle is exactly how it's going to be with someone who's got no training whatsoever, outside a nightclub, outside a pub, outside a chip shop. You don't understand until you've had someone, even someone who's 12 stone, if they're thrashing about trying to break the grip, then you understand, oh geez, this is a lot tougher than I think. Once you get your grips, everything will come into play quite nicely. For more details on that, see the book review, Grips by Neil Adams clip that I did. Although we don't want to get into grappling, most fights start at punching range. We're given punching range, we should aim to finish it at punching range. Sometimes mistakes happen. Dave Turton said even monkeys fall out of trees. So with that said, we need to know what we're doing. Now, depending on the environment you live in, most people in Britain for the majority of the year will wear layers. If we have the summer heat waves we have, might not come into effect. See the next video I do on why Greco-Roman Wrestling for that. But with Judo, if someone's wearing a thick jumper or a thick coat and you can get a grip, they're gone. Judo is very, very, very effective. Most people don't know what they're doing. Most people don't have a very strong understanding of Judo. Most people who have watched a film or have watched boxing will have some semblance of clenching a fist and throwing. Very few people have any idea with grappling. Very few people have any idea with throwing. Judo spends the majority of its time focusing on vertical grappling with a jacket. For our vertical grappling with a jacket, we take Judo because it's designed for it. In recent years, because of all the sporting applications, they've stopped the groundwork because a lot of people don't know what they see with groundwork, so it gets boring, so they stand them up. So if you, again, start at 1.5 feet, 18 inches, it's punching range, it's also quite good range for grading grip. If you can figure out how to time it properly, where the guy barrels into you, and you can turn to the side, over he goes. If you don't know how to break fall, if you're not used to being thrown, just the shock of going over can take people out for a second. Even when you know how to break fall and you're being thrown on mats, there's still that part of it that just, I've just gone upside down, that's not right. If you do that to somebody on a hard surface, a pavement, a road, a car park, whatever, they're out of the game. There's a danger, of course, that they might bounce their head. There's the danger they might bounce their head if you spark them. It's part of it. With Judo, we can somewhat control their descent. That's a big part of grading. But it also means that once we've thrown them, if we've still got hold of them, we can put them on their left-hand side, which can be construed as being in the recovery position for Mr. Johnny Law. There's a handful of throws and sweeps in Judo that work very well, that have got a high percentage of working in a real situation. Obviously, we don't use sacrifice throws. So anything that we have to put ourselves on our back in order to complete the throw, we avoid. I know there's lots of footage out there of Tomanagi's working, which is the monkey flip from wrestling. Lots of footage of people using that in competition and scoring points, winning world championships, and that's fantastic. In the world championships, in the sporting aspect, in the Olympics, in the Commonwealth Games, when they do this, they don't have to worry about their opponent's mates running on and kicking them in the face. For self-defense, we do. So anything sacrifice, clues in the name, we don't do it. Ippon Seoinage works, Yashibari works, Hizaguruma works, Uchimata works. With RBUD, we've done kind of a reality judo. So, whereas you go for an Ippon Seoinage, once the guy lands, boom, you plant your heel in his chest. With the Ashibari Hizaguruma, so it's the ankle sweeps, the foot, or the knee wheel, they work really great if you've just done a headbutt, so it's rash, and then take their ankle. With Osotogashi or Osotogari, it works great if you've just elbowed them in the face, because they're going to be going that way anyway, and you just help them go over. With Ogoshi, which is, I think it translates as floating hip if I remember, you'll also find it in the amateur wrestling styles as the cross buttock. I dream of one day owning a country pub called the Cross Buttock. I know. Ogoshi, over they go. It works really well if you then drop your leg with between your knee and the bottom of your shin, boom, down across the floating ribs. We don't go to knee on belly. As soon as we hit with all our body weight, we pull ourselves back up. It's just to win the guy, maybe break a rib. So judo works quite well. Again, as I've mentioned in other videos, it was one of the two main styles that I used to tell people, boxing and judo. Inexpensive to do, relatively quick to learn. You learn both full on. There's nothing theoretical or hypothetical. That's why we learn how to fall in judo. It's so that we can do these throws with each other full force. We're not killing each other because we know what we're doing on mats. When you get outside into the public who don't train, and you do this stuff on a hard surface, you've got the good chance of knocking the guy out, winding him, breaking some ribs if he lands on his back properly. Properly as in the way we've thrown him. So judo works very, very, very well. If it didn't work very well, it wouldn't be one of the 5 arts we've got. Grappling with a jacket, there's nothing better than judo. I can hear people out there now saying Brazilian JiuJitsu, I can hear people out there saying Sambo. They work quite well. For those of you who don't know, Sambo, or Sambo as it's written in Britain, is a Russian style of wrestling. It's not the racist cartoon character. However, those two styles, Jiu-Jitsu and Sambo, don't dedicate as much of their time to vertical grappling with a jacket. A lot of it is groundwork with both those styles, so that's why we take judo. So you can go online, you can find hundreds and hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of clips of judo in a street fight. That'll bring up the stuff for you. There's a beautiful clip from a few years ago of a woman being attacked by a man in Africa. She does a drop tsunagi. As she throws the guy, he doesn't flip because he doesn't know what he's doing, and he just face plants into the ground, and he's completely sparked. So she got away from that guy attacking her safely. There will be a video at a later date of me actually showing the reality judo techniques. Any questions or comments you have on this, let me know. Again, I will just say that judo and boxing are quite inexpensive. They'll come in at less than £5 per session. You shouldn't have to sign up for a monthly membership or a lifetime or anything like this. It should be pay on the door as you go. You can get a judo gi for 20 to 30 quid if you look around online. Membership to one of the governing bodies should cost you about 32 quid a year. For what it is and what you'll get out of it, it's well worth it. You won't go wrong trying to find a judo club in your area. It's worth knowing. They cover the throws, they'll cover a bit of groundwork. Again, the throws I would suggest looking at Ippon Tsunagi, Ogoshi. I always quite like Taitoshi. That was a good one. Osotogari. Those are the basic ones. Nuchimata. You want basic technique. You want basic, very quick to apply, very quick to execute. Avoid sacrifice throws. Don't worry about the groundwork from judo because Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu has better groundwork. That's another video in itself. Big fan of judo, as you may have gathered. You owe it to yourself to get into it. Find a club near you. Sign up. Let me know how it goes. Any comments, questions, or suggestions down below. Like, share, subscribe. And as always, be vigilant.